Oh, hello there. My name's Dave Thomas, the owner of Motorcycle Inspection and Service. Welcome to my video, No Spanners Maintenance Part 2. Today I want to talk about oil. Apart from regular oil changes, the most important thing to remember about your oil is that it cools the engine. So it's really important that you use good quality oil. The other thing that people don't realise is as soon as you put your oil into the engine, it deteriorates. And the longer you leave it in there, the worse that deterioration becomes. Especially if you're standing your bike up over the winter, because what you're doing is leaving the oil in the sump of the engine and it becomes really thick. So the old engine oil will become like this, really thick and black, really easily and really quickly. And you can see it's very watery. It doesn't take a lot for the oil to get like that. Now, if you can imagine, a lot of people use their bike over the summer and then they decide to sit their bike up over the winter. And the problem is they leave this old engine oil in the engine and it starts to emulsify and it starts to produce water and it starts to deteriorate. And therefore it sits thick in the bottom of your engine. So when you come to start your bike again in the spring, the bike won't start so easily with that thick oil in it and it won't protect the engine so well. So my idea is, this is new oil, and as you can see it's a golden syrup colour, much different to the old oil. You can see it's much thicker and it pours much easier. Now if you leave your oil in a can, it won't deteriorate. It's only when you put it in the engine and you start it that it starts to deteriorate. So if you change your oil at the end of the season and leave fresh oil in the engine over that period, when you come to start your bike in spring, it will start a lot easier and you will look after your engine much better. The other thing to remember as well is that with a sports bike like this, most of them only have a side stand. So when you sit your bike in the garage, it's leaning over to the left-hand side. That means all the oil in the sump is sitting to the left-hand side of the motorcycle. If you were to start it on the side stand, especially if it's been stood a while, you're then asking the oil pressure to push that oil up to the right-hand top of the engine. And sometimes that can cause engine wear because it takes a while for the oil pressure to get up there because the oil's so thick. So if you stand your bike upright and give it a few seconds to settle, it will work much easier and it will protect your engine much better. So make sure that you have good oil in your bike, fresh oil in your bike. Make sure that you change the oil before you store it for winter and always start your bike upright. Thanks very much for listening.